Ooh, what's up guys, ShinyHunterDestroyer here and welcome back to a brand new Pocket Monsters anime discussion video. Today I'll be talking about episode 15, which is titled Snow Day, Where is Cubone's Bone? Let's get this over with because I want to say a few things about this episode because this episode literally did so many things that I wanted. And it's just, this episode wanted me to scream so much, and you know, I almost got there. It was close. It was close, but I didn't, because I don't scream, nor do I cry, unless I'm playing Persona 5. At the beginning of this episode, Ash and Go get news that the Institute will be closed down for a bit because of problems on the technical side. They're gonna have to fix that, so in the meantime, Ash and Go are allowed to go home till everything is, well, back to normal. Before Ash and Go move their separate ways for the day, whatever amount of days this is supposed to be, Go told some things about his parents to Ash. Go said that his dad is a system engineer and his mom's a programmer. They run a business where if something breaks or malfunctions, they go over to fix it. Ash obviously wouldn't understand how tough that is because he's never been in that kind of situation, but Go seems to understand how tough it can be for them. And I mean, Ash did say it sounds kind of tough, so I guess maybe he knows, maybe he has a brain a little bit. Next day, they both head out to head back home. The bus passes by them while they walk, and that was Go's bus, so Score Bunny grabs Go by the hand and rushes him to that said bus. Well, Go was bringing like souvenirs or like presents for his family because he was being nice. But on his way to rushing to the bus, he drops the presents for his parents. Of course, Go didn't notice, but Ash did and goes on to run towards the bus, obviously not catching up because it's a freaking bus. Go makes it to his family's apartment where he would be greeted by his grandma, who is, get this, a karaoke god. She told Go that she made stew and headed out to participate in a karaoke tournament. Okay, so now this is a big part of the episode. Go's parents, which are actually named Ikuo and Kurane, talk a little bit about how Go acted before. He was always cooped up in his room and all that kind of stuff. During a holiday season, they had to work instead of spend time with Go, which really didn't noticeably affect Go too much as he was just in his room looking at stuff on his computer. After talking about this, Kurane gets a call. After showing Score Bunny a little bit around his room, Go gets a call from his mom, who says that they just got a job and they have to help out over there, and over there is at the hospital. They will probably be home later than what they anticipated, but she made sure to say that they were sorry and would try to finish up the job as quick as they could. After they hung out, Go thinks about back when he was younger, back in his room. Back when he was typing something or looking at stuff that was probably relating to Mew. He remembers that his parents said that to him back then too. They said that they would try to finish whatever job they had as quick as they could. Score Bunny, when hearing this, empathized with Go, but Go didn't really show too many signs of disappointment or anything like that. He understood, and that shows that he has an understanding of what they're in right now. Instead, he decides that he was really gonna just bring stew to his parents because they commented how they were starving. This is also where Go found out he lost the presents he was supposed to give them, and well, that didn't really matter to him too much as long as he was able to give them something as a present or anything. On his way walking to the place they were doing work at, which was at the hospital, he had to walk through a park. They encountered a group of Pokemon, 3 Mankeys, and 1 Cubone. The Cubone seemed to be getting bullied by the 3 Mankeys or something was happening between them, and well, Score Bunny saw this and started attacking the Mankey. Ultimately, the Mankey were able to get away and they were even able to take Cubone's bone. Cubone started crying and crying and crying, so Go promised to get the bone back to the Cubone. Go sends out his Pokemon, which consist of Butterfree, Talos, Scyther, and Beedrill. They all go around and search for the Mankey, but were never able to actually find the Pokemon themselves. Okay, remember Ash, you know, those presents, the presents that I were talking about? Well, Ash, instead of going home, gets out of a bus right in front of Go's apartment to drop off those presents that was dropped. Ash went to the apartment and tried to call for someone in the room, but there was no response, so it was safe to assume nobody was home. Ash got a hold of Go via a cell phone call where Go basically told Ash where he was. They met up at the park where Go was still looking for the Mankey. Ash thought of a plan after hearing about this. The plan was to lure the Mankeys out with berries, and that's what they did. The Mankeys fell for the bait and were caught. The Makis said that, or well, not said, but they lost it. So now it's just a matter of searching for the bone under snow and all this nonsense. This would be kind of tough because they don't really have a lot of leads on where the heck it would be. But a wild Firo was able to point out an area where the bone is. You know, that would be in a pond. They fly to the said pond, but we get to see GOU'S parents leave the hospital after finishing their job. Upon leaving, they spotted Ash and GO flying on top of Dragonite to wherever they would have to go. GO sent out his dugong to fetch the bone, which it did, and Cubone was able to get his bone back. GO's parents arrive on the scene a little bit later, and well, it was a good bonding moment because they commented on how GO talked about Ash, so, you know, this ship thing, it could be a thing, you know? I'm sorry, I'll just finish this off. What line am I at? After introductions were out of the way, Cubone wanted to be caught by GO. GO accepted and caught the Cubone, and well, after that, they all go back to their apartment. Ikuo and Kurane talk about how GO has made friends and that they were happy for him. They talked about that amongst themselves. After that, the episode comes to an end. This episode was beautiful in just so many ways. Man, I swear, I'm pretty sure the episode before my Ash Let's Talk was the Leon episode where Ash was introduced to Leon, or Leon battled the tournament, or something Leon related, which basically touched on things I talked about in that video. And now, well, it had like all the things I wanted from GO, like bonding with Pokemon, seeing past Pokemon he's caught, his backstory, just... okay, so I think I know what I'm gonna do for my next Let's Talk. My next Let's Talk will be why the Pokemon Company should sponsor my Anyway, this episode, like I said, did so much with what I wanted with GO. We got a little bit of what he was like before. He was just basically a shut-in who cooped himself up in his room most of the time, probably researching about Mew. Also, we got to know how his parents were just not there for him sometimes because of work, which resulted in GO being alone for a lot of his early childhood. Like, I didn't want to get sad, but like, I got sad. That part where Scorbunny was empathizing with GO was adorable as well. It's just so much I wanted in this little bunch right here. But that doesn't end it. Like, not only that, but GO finally bonds with not only Scorbunny, but many more as well. Well, okay, I mean, I guess sending out past Pokemon isn't that too much of bonding, but the big, cute, and adorable, and I'm happy to see this, is his little bonding with Cubone. This just makes me so happy because, like, it's not Scorbunny, and it shows that, well, he's capable of bonding with other Pokemon that's not Scorbunny. That's not, you know, don't get me wrong, I love Scorbunny, but, like, come on, don't steal GO all for yourself, man. Other Pokemon exist, too. Seeing Ikuo and Kurane for the first time was something I was really anticipating coming into this episode. I'm happy with how they were showcased in this episode. They didn't touch too much on GO's backstory, which honestly, I think we should give it more time till we see it a bit more and, you know, how he really was. So I think this little tidbit is enough to just, you know it exists. I'm happy we're able to see that they feel bad they had to leave GO alone from time to time, and I'll be happy to see them in the future as well. Also, his grandma is like amazing, like the karaoke, you know. Sorry, I had to let that out. Overall, this episode had everything for GO. We got to see more of his past Pokemon get spotlight, we got to see a little tidbit of how he was before, and we got more Pokemon bonding with him, especially with Cubone. Now, if Cubone stays in Sakuragi Park for the rest of his life, I will actually cry and be so mad at the anime. Also, Pokemon Company, please sponsor, you know, because, you know, I'm like, let's talk, please. Please. Anyways, that's gonna be it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you guys did enjoy, please consider hitting the like button because that is super highly appreciated. If you want to see more content like this, hit subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any more of my videos. And, you know, what did you guys think about the episode? Let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Have a nice day, guys. Peace out.